Welcome to the live stream for Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good day. Oh, let's see here. I'm going to put a couple links up. Put on, Chad. Good to see you, my friend. Well, let's see here. So what's everybody got going on in their snake rooms today? I have nothing really new. I posted this week the pictures of the most recent ovulation from our Cinnamon Lori. Other than that, that is it. I've got two who I think potentially could be coming up on ovulation here soon, but not yet. So I've got three that have ovulated, one that's already had her pre-lay shed. That's it. So still waiting on 18 to 20 more, potentially. I would say somewhere probably around 15 that could be ovulating hopefully next month. What's up, Dagan? What's going on, man? If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video. Those kind of things help us out. Once we get some more people in here, we'll jump right into the live, or we're live, but you know what I mean. Jump into having a little bit of fun here. What do you guys want to talk about tonight? Does anybody have any questions or anything you want to speak of or want me to talk about primarily? Two more need to ovulate. Yeah, I know. I'm excited that we got 4, but we need a lot more. I need to get this incubator filled. Well, I got 2 incubators, so they each hold 6. So it'd be nice to get 4 or 5 more to ovulate. Yeah, we're gonna see. We're taking off to go to Vegas in the end of June, and I'll probably have eggs hatching potentially right around that time. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're going to be gone for 4 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, the 5th day we'll be back. Sexing babies would be a good topic. We can do that. I don't have any babies, but I can sex a couple snakes. I think the biggest concern is the crappy camera on here. We are less than 200 subscribers away from 1,000. At that time, I can use this, and the video quality will be substantially better. Let's see where we are at currently, actually. Yeah, so we're at 815 subscribers. So we have 185 more to get till we hit 1,000. Once we do that, we can just get rid of this laptop altogether. We can either go live with the camera, we can go live with the phone, and the camera will be way better. The images will be a lot better. But let's see here. This one is not a baby by any means anymore. This one's actually already breeding this year. But sexing really isn't that big of a deal. The biggest problem is when you are popping. If you don't see any hemipenes, you're usually really good at telling. I mean, when you do it enough, you can tell if it's a female or not. But you can easily double guess yourself and go, but is it a female, or did I just not pop right, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's really not that tough. So this boy's about to go in a shed, but I should be able to show you anyways. So right here's the vent, right there. So you're going to want to bend the tail back a little bit, just a little bit. You want to push right here. There we go. Right here, the back side of the vent. This is where the hemipenes are. Okay, there's two of them, one on each side here. And the idea is you're trying to roll these forward and push them out of the vent. So if you bend the tail slightly, put your thumb here and apply some pressure. There's your hemipenes. Oh, right there. And I even got a hemipene casing or a sperm plug to come out. So again, right back here's the end of the vent. So you push here, and you roll forward, and you get the hemipenes to pop. And that's it. That's a male. What's up, 3D balls? What's going on? So like this one here, this bell I have, it's a super lesser. When I sexed this animal, when I produced it, what's going on, SFC? When I produced it, I sexed it. We got two bells, and my memory serves me correctly, both were males. This one I just tried to sex the other day and didn't get any hemipenes to pop out. So I'm thinking I wrote it down wrong. Maybe it's a female. I hope not, though, because I was thinking this was a Coral Glow Super Butter, possible cinnamon, possible yellow belly. But we're going to do the same thing here. Go to the end of the vent, and roll forward, and there's nothing. Nothing at all, just a bunch of flesh there. So I think this is a girl. So I either wrote it down wrong, or I don't know. I don't know where I made my mistake at. So I believe this is a female. So now this, what I thought was a Coral Glow Super Butter, is now a Super Butter, possible cinnamon, possible yellow belly. And a female, not a male. So, yeah, it's a girl. So with that being said, she'll be moving into one of the 55 series tubs here soon. And she's got a long way to go before we get to prove her out. But hey, you know what? That's fine. More females, I'm happy with that. And then you have to be careful with doing that. Maybe she had a sex change while she was in that FB10. That's possible. But honestly, the biggest thing is the pressure you need to apply. You need to apply a firm amount of pressure. But where you need to apply the pressure before the vent, where the hemipenes are, and like I said, trying to roll and invert those hemipenes, that's where you apply the pressure. Don't bend the tail like crazy. A lot of people take like their thumb in front of the vent and they like pinch them together and smash them together. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be that rough. I mean, like you take a bigger male. Let me grab one here. All right. So bigger male. This is my blackhead possible hypo male. I don't know, he's probably 600 grams or so. Now with him, with a bigger male, typically just applying pressure after the vent is enough. So you bend the tail back, give a push, and bam. And that's it. My thumb's way over here. I mean, literally, you just push here, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. Because the hemipenes are here, so applying pressure there, that'll push them out. Now, a well-endowed male, I say, it'll come out real easy. Small male, sometimes not so easy. I'll show you another one. This is our Lemon Blast Desert Ghost male, and same thing here. Just press right here, and there is the casings. I don't even have to go any further. Once I see that, I know that there's obviously it's a male. And those hemipene casings or the sperm plugs, those will be relevant anywhere between 300-400 grams usually, depending on the male and age. 6 months, something like that. I do not probe. Not that I just never tried it, so I don't want to. I'd like to one day have someone show me how to do it properly. I used to have a set of probes, but I never tried it. Wasn't comfortable trying on my own, so I don't recommend anybody does that. So I never did. I don't have any really good vets around here that I would trust to bring my snakes to have them probe them. So, I don't know. One day maybe I'll have someone teach me how. It's funny because I've never popped before introducing a male. And I have now read and seen on video both Billy from Mutation Creation and Chase over at Justin Kobilka Reptiles. They both recommend popping beforehand. Now, Justin and Chase didn't say why, but what Team Austin, that's Austin, the video they just did, he said it was to expel the old sperm to have fresh sperm for the female. I don't know. I'm gonna start doing it because that might be the key. I also know a lot of people who like put water, bump the humidity up in the back of the tub for the animals. I did start doing that. I started spraying the front of the tubs, and I will say I think that might have done something because I have a lot more locks like within the first 24 to 48 hours than I used to. Yeah, so if I purchased a female and received a male, I'd contact the seller anyways, because typically your females are more expensive, and if it's a project you're trying to work and you need a female for it, I'd be reaching out to the person who sold you the animal. If it's the other way around, I'd probably still reach out to them anyways to let them know what happened, because one, I wouldn't want to just basically take from them. If I owe them more money and I was happy with having a female, I'd probably toss them more money. It really just depends. I'd give them the option to ask me to pay more or return it. I spray the night before and the day of. Seems to do something works. Yeah, good. Good. He's doing right. Yeah, SFC, like I said, I do it now. Like I'll go to pull a male, so I'll pull my drawer open for my female. I'll grab my male, and right before I lay him in there, I'll spray the tub real quick, and then I'll toss my male in, shut the tub up. And I agree. I think I've had, for instance, this last week, we paired I think we paired about 8 or 9 animals, and 3 or 4, I think 4, were locked before the end of the night. So like I paired them, I think it was like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, just by afternoon time, and by 3 or 4, I had 4 of them that were already locked. So I do think it does help. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with it because it worked well this week. Or last couple weeks, it's worked well. Something I want to show you guys. We received this today. If you watch Billy's videos, it's green and white and black. Here we go. It's from AK Morse, Anna Kirby. Definitely hit her up if you want something made. It's a nice little piece of art we're going to put up on the wall. And yeah, I'm happy with it. Definitely. It was well worth the value. I think it'll look really good hanging up on the wall. I think I'll hang it up this way. Or should I hang it this way? Or should I hang it that way? I might hang it that way. I'm not sure. It's kind of how our logo is. You know, like on my shirt. So it kind of matches the logo. Pretty cool. Just received that today. Let's see here. AK Morse on Insta. Anna Kirby's her name. You can find her on Facebook, but she's on Insta a lot too. It's AK Morse on Insta, or maybe it's just one word, AK Morse. Definitely hit her up. They're priced right. Definitely the way to go. That's a 14-inch. She has one that's a little bigger, but I didn't need anything any bigger. So this works out great. I like it a lot. Head up, huh? Oh, let's see here. They have so many that are like, so many females that I think are so close to ovulating. This pastel leopard, she looks like she could ovulate any day, but I don't think she is ready to. Or this girl here, this albino Enchi possible pastel girl. I mean, she could theoretically ovulate at any time as well. But I don't know. We're just waiting. My favorite pairing this season. That's a good question. Okay, so besides... You know, I've got a lot of pairings that I really want to come to fruition. So the one that's ovulated is the Cinnamon Lori. She was bred to an Enchi Lori. So I'm hoping to get Enchi Super Loris. That would be really cool. Otherwise, more Cinnamon Loris. So that would be one. Pieds. Last year we paired up 2 different pieds and neither one of them went. So this year we are pairing 3 pieds. 2 visuals and 1 het. The het went to a visual pied male, and the pastel pied and the regular pied female went to a blackhead pastel red jean pas het pied. And I think he'll prove too. So if we get pieds out of those, get blackhead pieds, that would be killer. Clowns, you know, we've only got the 1 clown female this year. That's all we had last year. Same girl. She's a het clown. She was paired to a banana het clown. So if we could produce some banana clowns, I will probably hold back the majority of those. here, and need a locker. That's awesome. Get those locks real quick like that. I don't know. I got a lot I'm excited for, honestly. The less or the cinnamon butter girl, the lithium that's ovulated. She was paired to an orange dream, yellow belly, pinstripe male. So that could be a really cool pairing, depending what happens there. Um, our head albino girl, she's already shut out, so she's the one who's due first. Nothing special. She was paired to a Candino, so it'd be nice just to have some more albinos. We will be selling, I believe, all albinos or het albinos this year, or Candinos. So if you're in the market for albinos or Candinos or het albinos, they'll be 100% het. Hit me up. I don't think we're going to hold any back this year. And we could have 2 clutches because we got the het albino and then we have an albino spider. That one we might keep something because they'll all be hets. And that one was bred to a pastel calico mocha male. So that one will definitely hold some back, but there will be a lot of 100% hets that we'll have available as well. 2 OD pied females. That's awesome. Just made a deal on a pair of Ultramels also. Ultramels, the T positives. Those are really cool. I see a big future with them. I think they're one of those snakes that you're going to want to dump in now, is my opinion. People have been sleeping on Ultramel, in my opinion, for a few years, but I see more and more people interested in them. I think if it's something you want to get into, you're going to have to buy in now. Maybe get a visual and then a bunch of hets. Probably the way to go. But I wouldn't wait too much longer on that one before that train sails. Pied, can never go wrong with pieds, and that train will never sail. They'll always be beautiful. They'll always be combos, and they'll always sell. Pieds and pastel Enchi het hounds and bells. Bells sell very well. The only thing I can say with bells is just make sure you don't put too many genes in there. If you're holding back females, that's great. But just remember, as far as bells go, for the most part, until you breed them out, you'll never know what's inside of them. So you will be underselling your animals for sure. That's something to keep in mind. But bells always sell. If you're looking to make $300 snakes, by all means, go for it. I'm hoping we get some bells this year because last year they sold. No, actually, I made two bells and 1 ivory. I kept the ivory, kept the bell, kept 1 bell, sold the other one, and if I had more, I would have sold more. Keep them clean, yeah, especially ivories. Keep them clean. Yeah, definitely you'll be underselling. But you know what? It's always better to undersell and make a customer happy, especially if they're going to breed. Then they down the road find out, oh my gosh, this was a 3-gene animal. That's sweet, or a 4-gene animal. It gives you a better reputation, in my opinion. But just make sure you let them know. Like, for instance, that bell we have. If I was selling it, now I know it's a female, I'd say it's a super butter. That's the bell part. But it's also possible het for yellow belly and cinnamon. You always want to let them know that for a couple reasons. One, they should know that for their pairings because maybe they're pairing something that let's say it was possible spider, and they end up bringing a spider because you didn't tell them that, or they're looking to make something, in particular. They'll buy it for that reason because of the possibility, or just the fact that they get some eggs and they go, what the hell's in here? Because nothing should have been cinnamon because they didn't know it was a cinnamon. Pastel butter champagne pink. Yeah, champagne. I love champagne. Where's my girl at? Here she is. So I had a champagne het pie male that I sold, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I have this girl here. And I know the color's not going to be good. This is a champagne Enchi hypo, so it's a Enchi mimosa. So it's got those purples, and she's about, I think she's 1,300 grams roughly, somewhere right around there. So she'll be ready to breed here in a couple months, I hope. But I don't want to pair. I don't want to have a male to pair to her. I've actually got a couple plans for her. Um, I kind of like the idea of making the champagne pied. That would have been cool, but most of those are just an all white snake with pattern on the head. Um, and I don't know. I like my pieds more patterned, 50% or better. I'm not a huge fan of high weight pieds because I think that's the idea of having a pied is that pattern. Um, if you want an all white snake, get an ivory or a bell, in my opinion. But that's just me. That's how I feel. Yes, champagne is one of the genes that's similar to spider. So you can't breed two champagnes together. Champagnes can wobble. She does not. That champagne het pied I had, he didn't unless you were feeding him. Like he'd get excited. Like you go to put a rat in there and he'd start wobbling or he'd turn his head a little bit. But he didn't ever spiral or anything like that, like a spider. But you see her, I mean, there's no nose diving, there's no turning of her head or nothing. She's very, very healthy. So yeah, I mean, she's great. Super Mojave and Super Bamboos only produce battles. Yeah, Super Mojaves are nice because they have that purple head. Super Bamboos, I think, are like super white. I'll be honest, SFC, I agree. The champagne het pieds are way better because, like with that male I had, he had four ringers. So like he had a ringer down around the bottom, a complete ringer, and then he had a couple like side blotches on him going down his body. Way, way better because they almost look pied. And then when you breed them and you get pieds, like I said, it's like all white snake with just some head pattern. Way better champagne het pieds. In my opinion, if you're gonna make champagnes and you want like a pied, make champagne het pieds because they almost all will have a more pied look than a champagne pied. Way better. I completely agree. I couldn't agree more with you. Here, let's see here. Pull out someone else. This girl here. This is a cool little yellow belly spot nose. 100% hat for Desert Ghost. 50% or 66% hat for Hypo. What should they less? So she's cool. She's got a big future here. Obviously, she's small. Needs some time to get up to size. She's got about a year and a half to go, probably. But that's all right. Grow them up, healthy, and will be good breeders for you. Just checking a couple of these tubs here. Not to do cleaning, but I did have a couple animals who were supposed to shed. So nice one. What's up, Eric? How you doing, man? Oh, OD Yellow Belly Girl that we produced last year. Beautiful orange, very orange underbelly there. Can't say enough about this one. Had to keep her. Um, wasn't like a powerhouse, but I had to keep her. You know, Orange Dream and Yellow Belly work so well together. And when I saw her, and I saw the nice color on her and everything, like how clean she is, I knew instantly I had to keep her. So she's staying here. Ooh la la. Here's our little fan favorite. This is a leopard pastel clown female. This is our future for clowns right here. Leopard. I want to get Banana into it, make the Gotham. Or I should say Coral Glow. Make the Gotham. I said we won't be keeping any, probably won't be keeping any albinos. And this girl here is why? Because right here I've got a female coral glow, female Candino, who's growing up very nice. And I also kept her brother back, who's a Candino. And both of these are Enchi, possible pastels. So you can tell by the banding, the Enchi. Look at the purple. So Candino Enchis, definitely a future. Dad to our albinos. The mimosa, dude, I love the mimosa. They're great. They are great animals. They look so nice. This is typically my cleaning day, would be today. And typically I do it before I go on camera. But I was taking care of family stuff first. So don't mind if I chit chat while it is. I'm going to show you this beautiful ivory here. She's about to go in the shed. She got a nice dark belly. This ivory, I want to know so bad what she's got in her. This one here is, I'm pretty sure it's not Orange Dream. Pinstripe passable. Black pastel possible. But hit her with a black light, you don't see anything. And yeah, OD usually gives some pattern to the head, and it doesn't have like a little dirty head like a normal ivory would have. So I don't know, but that'd be awesome. Candino Mimosa would be awesome because you'll get 100% double hets. So you'll have albino. Well, technically you'll have albino and candy, and you'll get hypos. So if you bring it back to an albino, then you'll make visuals. That'll be 50% het for hypo. Or if you get lucky enough to purchase or make a double het or an albino that's het for hypo, then you can make, what is that, snows, right? Oh yeah, albino. Is albino and hypo is the snow, or is albino xanthic is the snow? I don't know, but albino and hypo would be really nice. Oops. So what's everybody, I'm assuming all you guys here are pairing animals. What is your most excited, what are you most excited for this year out of your collections? Xanthic albino. Yeah, that must be a Snows. I don't have the option to make those yet this year, but I could potentially next year make Xanthic hypos. Matter of fact, next year I'm going to try and produce genetic stripe Xanthic hypos. So we'll see. Double hat candy stripe. The NG pastel het flannel. Yeah. G stripe. Yep. We will have G stripes this year, some more. And I'm hoping we're going to have more Xanthic G stripes this year. So we're hoping for pastel Xanthic G stripe. Just one clutch this year of those. And then next year we're going to jump into the Xanthic hypo and genetic stripe Xanthic hypo. So we'll see how that turns out. Clown Pie Project. Cryptic combos. Heck yeah. So that's a good question. Tell me a little bit more about this cryptic combo or cryptic gene. Because I don't know anything about cryptic. I don't know what it looks like, what it does. Have we decided it is a real gene? Or are we still trying to figure that out? I mean, what's going on with it? I think it's confusing. No one can agree on it. That's what it sounds like. I got the same feeling with paint. One person says it's incomplete dominant. The other person says it's recessive. And then there's paint sentinels, and that's a whole nother thing altogether. And I'm done cleaning after this. It's the last cup. All right, all done. Sorry about that. Just OCD, man. I hate having dirty tubs. Wish I could. First, I was sure. Obsessive when I made my suit. I thought it was cryptic. A liquid clown, really? Okay, so that's what I thought. So, because I've been looking I'll be honest with you guys, I've been looking into paint recently. Um, and I was thinking it was definitely genetic. And I did see that it looked like the originator of it said it was a complete dominant. And now I see a lot of people market it as recessive. And then when I see like a paint sentinel, that's what I was reading is that they were allelic, which is pretty cool. So now it's allelic. See, that's what gets me though, because typically you don't have allelic combos and recessives. So are we saying that together they make the same animal? Is it a super paint, or what is it then? Or if they're not allelic, they're compatible. So we talk about like Orange Ghost and Hypo, where they're compatible. So they make the same looking thing. Like a Super Sentinel would be the same as like a Super Paint. Paint and Sentinel aren't allelic. They're the same thing. Gotcha. Okay. Right. Okay. So like Orange Ghost and Ghost, or Ghost and Hypo. Well, Ghost and Hypo are the same thing, but Orange Ghost and Ghost, they're two different lines. They're not the same thing, but they're compatible together. So you can bring them together and make a Hypo or an Orange Ghost. Okay. Big albino and toffee like King Dino. Correct. Yep. Gotcha. That's why you can make hat candies and hat albinos when you take a Candino to like a normal. So if you take a candy to it, you'll either produce candies or you'll produce Candinos. So the visual cryptic we see are likely the visual allelic combo. Okay. Okay. Say, because Billy, I should say Austin, just posted up a cryptic today. And it looked pretty cool, but it was hard to tell. Like, I knew it looked different, but I couldn't tell what was going on there. It's cool. My little Amazon tree boa girl is coming all the way down her limbs and got her head in her water dish drinking right now. Oh, same question, but where do you get your t-shirts from? I have these made from a local company here in Grand Rapids. Image Quest, I think is what they're called, if I remember right. The first round of shirts I did, where did I get those? Trying to think. This is my second round of shirts. The first round of shirts I think I did here in town too. And then I did Image Quest, and I like them better. I think these are the first round of shirts. These are really nice. The second round of shirts, I wish I had done the logos different, so I really never wear them. But I think the shirts are better. These shirts are really nice, though. Try to think. Yeah, I did these local, too. But I don't remember where offhand. I will check out your video after this live stream for sure. This is the TGR Hatchling Rack. We will be offering one of these this weekend, or this week on the raffle. I haven't used this model. I did buy, if you go to their website, they have a 28 tub FB5 rack. So it's these FB5s. I did use those last year. I will say I think the hatchlings like the smaller tub. However, what I did notice is it's hard to keep heat in them. Now, this one should have a problem because it's solid, but the other one I have is not solid. And they were down here in my basement. I didn't have this room last year. So the temperatures in the room down here, or not this room, but out in the basement, were between 68 and 74 degrees during that time of the year. and it was hard to get the tubs up to temperature. Because with the hatchlings, I like to keep them about 91, 92, a little bit warmer, keeps them a little more active, and keeps them their food drive a little higher. And I think this year I'll be bringing that rack into this room also, and this will be running. And I think they do really well. I like them a lot. And this thing's like $250 just to go buy it. That's shipped. So you can't really go wrong there either. What's going on, Scales family? But yeah, this the FP5 CB tubs, I like them a lot. And I've got the deli cups for them. They're 4-ounce deli cups. They fit right down inside there just great. I am stoked to use the gray ones this year because last year they only had the clear ones. But it'll be nice to have the gray ones this year. So this will be getting fired up once we get eggs in the incubator. I'll be cleaning it, disinfecting it, getting it on a thermostat and getting it up to temperature. I think this will be the first one I'll use for the first couple. Depending how it goes, I'll either continue to use these or I'll use the, I'll continue to use this size. So I'll bring out the other TGR one I have, or I'll start using the Sea Serpent rack because I like the V18s also. Which I got to move 2 animals out of that rack and it'll be empty. You have the 2 scaleless animals in there. One should be going to its new home in the next couple weeks. The other one is still up for sale. So once that one gets sold, that'll go to its new home. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button for tonight's video. Definitely subscribe. We are like 180 subscribers away from 1,000, which means then we can use a phone for a camera, or I can use my camera for a camera instead of the stupid laptop. And then we'll have a much better picture. I can show you a lot better, more detailed videos with more animals. I can move it around. It'll be way better once we hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. Trying to think here. I was keeping animals in here until about 150 grams. I think I had a couple that were like 200 grams, but when they coil up at 200 grams, they're pretty packed in here. Now, I mean, if you don't mind your hatchlings being packed in here, then by all means, I mean, they still ate, they shed fine. I had no problems at all. I just use paper towel for liner, but I would say right around 200 grams. I mean, you're pushing it. I think they should go into like the FB10s at that time, which we have also. We have 3 of those. But I'd say definitely 150 grams up until then. So, you get a few months, 3 months, 4 months, depending how fast your hatchlings are. I had some in 6 months, they're 700 grams. And I got some that are, 2-3 months in and they're only 150 grams. So, yeah, I would say going by weight, about between 150 and 200 grams, you got to start looking for a new place for them. Like, for instance, the Coral Glow leopards that we had this year, they just pounded food. And so did the albinos. They pounded food, and they outgrew those in like 3 months. Recommend a place for logos. I will be honest with you. Our logo was designed for us by one of our patrons. So we didn't pay for it. It was free. And I'm very thankful for that. I like helping out people in the community. I'm not saying you can't help out, and buy your stuff from a business by any means. But there are people in this hobby who actually can do that. And I would love, the next time I need to do it, I would continue to find someone in the hobby and pay them. I mean, I just gave her an idea. I said, "Here's what I want. Here's kind of the lettering I was looking at." I don't think I found this. Maybe I found this snake. I don't know if I found the other one. I think this snake I found. This logo we found and made. But the one that's on our stickers, that one was all produced by her, by our friend. And I just told her what I wanted, and she did it. And then when I thanked her and asked her if I could pay her, she said no. She just enjoyed doing it. It gave her a little something to do during her workday. But I would recommend looking at people in the community for sure, because this costs money. This hobby does, and everybody's trying to find a way to make some money on the side. And if you could help somebody, benefit them, get a nice product out of it, why not? Why give it to a business? The FB10s, by all means, you can start with those right off the rip. I had no problems putting my hatchlings in with the FB10s at all. But like I said, last year we used these, we used FB10s, and we used a sea serpent rack. They all, for their intended purpose, they all did phenomenal in every one of them. I do think because it was not a heated room they were in, I do think they did better in the sea serpent rack just because it's solid sided. But now if this is solid sided, I got that, and we're in a heated room. I think they'll do fine in everything. Really, it's getting that first meal. Get your hatchlings, get that first meal in them, and then you should be just all set from there. But that first meal sometimes can be tough. I mean, I'd say, I think we had 56 animals, and I want to say probably 10 of them took a while to get on food. Hell, one of them just got on food 6 weeks ago. And it was born in July, and I had been assist feeding it ever since. So that's the biggest thing is getting them on food. And like I said, keeping a higher temp, I think helps a lot. 91, 92 degrees, steady, keeps them active and keeps them wanting to eat. So we got about 7 minutes, 10 to 7 minutes, somewhere around there left. If anybody's got anything they want to see, any questions, anything they want to talk about really quick, by all means, go ahead and hit me up. You can do that. And my male Amazon's coming out, and the female just tucked in for the night, it looks like. How many babies do you produce last year? Like I said, I think last year we produced 56, I think was our number. Actually, here, I can tell you. Give me two shakes. I've got them all listed on here. Mm, 11, 18, 24, 29, 37, 43, 53. Yeah, 57. We had 57 good eggs, one slug. One didn't make it out of the egg. So 56 hatchlings is what we had last year. So yeah. So 57 eggs, one slug. That makes 58 total. So 57 eggs, one slug. And out of the 57 good eggs, one did not make it out of the egg. So we had 56 live hatchlings. Every one of them either got sold or stayed here. So everyone, we had basically 99.8% hatch rate with our incubator last year. No problems at all. How many girls laid? 9. We had 9 clutches last year. We bred 15 animals. 12 or 13 looked like they were building. and 9 actually ovulated and laid. So 3 or 4 of them reabsorbed, and 2 of them just never really went anywhere. So this year we have 4 that have ovulated. I'd like to say in this time of the year we should have 25 to lay before summertime. That's my plan. That's if they all go. We'll have 25 to lay before summer, and then we should have 4, 8, maybe another 12 that could still lay by the end of the year, because we are going to breed throughout the year. So, that'd be 36 clutches. I'd like to get 25 clutches. I'll be happy with anything over 20. So we double what we did last year, basically. Last year was our first year. Didn't do any the first year. First year was growing up our animals. We did buy a lot of them that were, 8 to 1,000 grams. So we grew those up through the first year. And then last year was our first year producing, actually. Let's see. When did you start pairing? Okay, so last year I started pairing in October. Let's see. I went to Tinley in October, so like the 13th. That weekend is Tinley weekend. I believe we started pairing the weekend before. So basically, first week of October. Our first clutch was officially laid March 20th and hatched on the 15th of May. This year, the first animal that let's see. Okay, so this year we started appearing at the end of September, or the beginning of September. Matter of fact, our first lock of the year was the weekend of 9/3. And the only one that's actually shed out, I got 4 that's ovulated, obviously. Ones that have been pairing since 9/9. Let's see this one real quick. So I got one that had its first lock on 9/9. The other one had its first lock 10/21. The other one had its first lock on, looks like 11/3. And this one had its first lock on 10/22. Those are the 4 that have ovulated already this year. The last one I said on 10/22, that's one who's actually shut out and is due to lay here on the 7th of next month. The other 3 have all ovulated, but are still, they haven't shut out yet. Had their, the pre-lay shed. So yeah, I've been pairing since beginning of September, and I've got no eggs yet this year. So I probably paired too early. This is the one time I think where an ultrasound would come in handy, because you could pair them in the lock, but if they've got no follicle growth yet, or very small follicles, you might as well just wait, because you're really just wearing out your male for no reason, I guess. But when do I stop? So if they're not locking after like 4 or 5 or 6 attempts, I either try another male or I shelf the female. That's all there is to it. I've got 2 females that I've shelved this year. One of them, 2 of them I paired to a Powerball. However, he started having some, twirling issues like spiders do. I'm assuming from the stress. So he got shelved. He's never going to breed again. So both those 2 girls, I've tried pairing with other males. One is accepted and one hasn't. So I think the one will get the rest of the year off. I don't think she's going to produce. The other one, I think, hopefully she'll produce. But, if I get 3 months in and the female's not showing any signs of follicular growth, not bull wrapping, not accepting a male. I just shelf her. That's what I do. So now, as far as ones that are locking, I pair until I see an ovulation. Now, with that being said, again, I've got some up here who have been paired. They've locked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got, like, for instance, our pied female. She's at 8 confirmed locks this year. I will probably stop pairing her. There's no reason to continue pairing her. If she doesn't go, she doesn't go. I mean, 8 locks, really? I would assume that that's enough. Females I have shelved. So I will show you them. So this girl here, my main reason for shelving her is I've had her for 5 months, and she has not taken a meal yet. I thought 2 weeks ago she took a meal. I don't remember if I took the rodent out and put it in another tub. I wish I'd remembered. But she's not losing any weight. I mean, look, she's solid. But I haven't caught her take a meal yet. After 5 months of not feeding, I see no reason to pair her. I did try and pair her, I think 3 times, and neither time did she lock with a male. So she is shelved until she either begins eating. Well, until she begins eating. I'm not going to pair her anymore. This here is a pastel blackhead pinstripe yellow belly, if I remember correctly. Yeah, pastel blackhead yellow belly pinstripe. So she's a nice solid girl, but I bought her at this weight, and she has never taken a meal at all. So this one's shelved. And this girl, I'll be honest with you, this one here is kind of heartbreaking for me. This is our Mojave Blitz. So we had this girl breeding last year, and she was showing very good signs of follicular growth. She went off food. She was eating last year. She went off food, and then she got back on food, and she's one that reabsorbed. I'm almost positive that she was growing follicles, and she reabsorbed. This year, she hasn't taken a meal in probably 6 months or more. And when I tried to pair her again, I paired her with 2 or 3 males, different males. None of them has she paired with. I've seen 0 locks. So again, no reason to keep pushing her. I was hoping pairing her would get her back on food. That didn't help, neither one of them. So, but as you see, she's not hollow. She's not skinny. She got great size. She's like 1,700 grams. But, you know, there's got to be a point where you put the animal's health ahead of trying to make money, trying to make, pairings. So she's just going to wait. If I get her to back on food, then maybe I'll start pairing her later this fall. But otherwise, she's going to get another year off. So both of them, from my understanding, are virgins. They're, I don't know how old exactly they are. I know that one I think is like 4 years old. I think the other one's 2 years old. Maybe they're not ready. This girl, the one everybody loves, this is our Calico. Same thing with her. She's the one that paired with the Powerball. And, she's not eating anymore. And she's not really growing either. Like, she's not getting any follicle growth. I've paired her with a couple other males. I've tried 2 other males, and she's not accepting them. She paired 3 times. Yeah, she paired 3 times. Like 3 confirmed locks with the Powerball, and nothing. Now, last year was her first year, so it's possible she only gave us 4 eggs last year. So it's possible she just wants a year off. So we're not going to pair her. So we'll see. I would love a baby from all of these girls. The other one, she's not shelved yet, but I think this week was her last week attempting, and that's this pastel leopard girl. This would be her first year breeding for us. She's not eating anymore. Well, I take it back. No, she's not eating anymore. I think she stopped eating now. About a month ago. So it'd be like prime if she's building. She has. By the way, I keep looking over there because that board that's hanging, that's my breeder board. So just looking for her. So she had 3 confirmed locks. 3 confirmed locks with the super spot nose, the Powerball. And since then, December 23rd was her last lock, and that was with our pastel mocha calico. And I've put them together, I think, 3 times since then, and I've never seen a lock with them. So, she every once in a while she looks kind of like she's getting some size on her. Maybe she'll go ahead and ovulate eventually. But I think, after having 3 more times and not locking, I think I'm going to shelf her as well. So that's 4 girls who could potentially go this year that I don't think will. So like I said, out of the, was it 32 or 36 potential clutches this year, there's 4 right there that probably won't go. So you can never count your clutches until you get them. How many breeder females do you currently keep? Females that are breeding currently, I have 9, 12, 21, 22, 23. I'm currently pairing 24 animals. I think next week we'll start our 25th animal. And then I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 more potentially I'll pair later this year. So yeah, I think like 36 total that we could potentially have this year. So we'll see. That's what we'll have for this year alone. This whole rack of 40 over here, or 20, I should say, all 20 of these over here are all females growing up. I've got, I think, 4 more females over there. So next year, hopefully, we'll have, an additional 10 to 15 more we can pair. I would like to get to a point where I'm producing between 40 and 60 clutches a year. That'd probably be my goal. That's like the high end. I don't know if I want to do much more of that, but that's where I want to aim for. High white, yes, she did produce high whites last year. 2 calicos we got out of that high white girl. This one here, high white, super high white. This is a yellow belly pinstripe calico, female. And then her brother, which I'll grab. Another high white. This one here is a foraging. It's a pinstripe yellow belly calico orange dream. So the male was OD yellow belly pinstripe last year to that calico. But yes, she produces very high white animals. And I want to prove that the high white female will always produce high white animals. That's what I'm shooting for. And then I've got a bunch of calicos here. You guys should know we are really heavy in calicos. So none of them have the high white she has. A lot of them have some good white. There's a couple that have like really plain white. We're going to try and breed all those separately and see if there's different lines. See how far we can go to breed the highest of whites in our animals. Yeah, they are very nice. So last year we bred 15 females. We got 9 clutches. This year, we hope to breed 30 roughly, and I'd like to see 20. Anything over 20 would be a bonus. But if I can get 20 clutches of eggs this year, I'll be happy with that. And then next year, I will aim for probably 30 clutches, maybe 35, depending on how many of these females are ready to go by then. And eventually in year like 5, if I can get to like 50 clutches, I'd be happy there. You're talking, if you get 5 eggs a piece, which obviously you'll have some more, probably somewhat less, now you're talking 250 babies. Should be plenty out of that for us to hold back and plenty to sell. And for projects we want to build off of, that's the biggest thing here. We'll always have something to sell, but on top of that, we have projects here. We have projects we haven't talked to anybody about. And once those come to fruition, we will show those off. So, there's a lot going on. That's for sure. A lot you guys don't know yet. We got a lot invested. Let's put it that way. We definitely, people. It's fine. I know no one knows me, and everybody likes to say things they shouldn't. But we did not go lightly into this by any means. I've been keeping reptiles for 20 years. We just now decided to start breeding a couple years ago, but we've invested heavily. So you'll see some nice things in the next couple years for sure. And we'll have some available too. All right, guys. I'm going to hang this up, and I'm going to get some dinner, and I'm going to relax for the rest of the night. So it's been phenomenal. Appreciate you guys hanging out for the last hour with me. I'm going to jump off here. Remember, we'll have a video coming up on Friday, so we do videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, and live every Wednesday. So just, if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you'll get a message anytime I post something. And remember, we're really shooting to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can get better video up here for the lives. So if you guys would, take care, take the link, post it on your Instagram or something, or one of our videos, or just a link to our page. Let's help get other people here. Not only help us grow, but more importantly, get people in the hobby to come together. That's the biggest thing. Trying to grow growth within the hobby for everybody. So let's try and do that as well. I appreciate it. And thanks for stopping and thanks for talking with me. Thanks for giving me some feedback back and forth. And you guys have a fantastic evening.